Hello everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Thankful Thursday. Today we're going to be discussing yoga for seasonal allergies. And so some of the things that we can do besides the actual yoga practice can be using essential oils. So I like to diffuse Breathe by doTERRA. It kind of opens up the sinus passages. It has menthol, eucalyptus, peppermint. It's very uplifting as well. Another thing, of course, you can do Ayurvedically speaking is to use a neti pot, which I'm not going to demonstrate on camera because it would be a little messy. But basically it's a special device that's going to rinse out with saline solution your nasal passages. And then another thing I like to use is I like to use Banyan's Nasya oil, which is basically sesame oil with some skullcap, a couple other herbs. And I just take a Q-tip and I'll dip one end in, keeping it nice and clean. And I'll put that in one nostril, and then I'll use a clean end. So lubricating the nostrils and coating them with that sesame oil can keep out some of the, pollen and stuff. The reason I came up with this is I keep hearing people saying that they're having these allergies, and I actually went outside and my car has like yellow pollen all over. I'm like, oh, this is a good topic for today. So, as far as some of the practices we'll be doing today, we'll be doing a lot of easier practices, but of course you'll have to honor your own body. You'll be able to personalize this practice. If you have a lot of yoga experience, you can add more. And if you prefer to do it in a chair, some of the practices will be done there. I'll be demonstrating kind of the middle of the road, kind of standard here. Another thing to mention is the breath work we'll be doing when we get to the third type of breath, which is the skull shining Kapalabhati. You want to make sure that you have a nice empty stomach. Contraindications for this would be like pregnancy, glaucoma, uncontrolled high blood pressure, if you have any kind of recent surgeries, if you have a cold, something like that, epilepsy, anything, that might be an issue, just, sit out that one. We'll be doing the lighter version of it, so it's not as stimulating, but it is a heated, stimulating kind of breath practice. So just honor your body, honor your mind, honor your space, take care of yourself. Let's see, what else do I have to say? I think that's about all we can go into the practice. Now, basically though, I will say if you have any injuries, please do make sure you take care of yourself. Some of the things we'll be doing, I'll give you options with some props. So if you have blocks or anything like that, you might want to have them handy. We want to be doing some back bends or inversions, but we'll do supported ones, of course, because it's going to open up the sinuses, it's going to drain out any blocks, and it's also going to open up our chest to clear that out. Some of the standing poses, we won't even do that many, and of course you could be using a chair for them, like tree and warrior. That's going to increase your stamina, increase circulation. So if you have a daily practice, you can always do more of these. We're just keeping it kind of simple for today. All right? And so to get started, we're going to take our hands, we're going to take our index fingers, we're going to bring the tips of them together right in front of the solar plexus here, rolling the shoulders back and down. And you can either soften the gaze or close the eyes. You'll be lengthening up through your spine and beginning to deepen the breath. You might begin that Dirga or three-part breath, inhaling, filling belly, ribs all the way up to the collarbones. On the exhale, reversing the direction, drawing the navel muscles slightly up and in at the base. This is gonna put you into that rest and digest. So just getting the breath moving, knowing that this hand position in yoga is known as Tarjani Mudra, or gesture of the index finger. So this is going to assist us with directing breath and awareness to the chest. It releases muscle tension in this area. It also opens up the heart, or the fourth chakra, Anahata, which is our center of unconditional love, which helps us to cultivate enthusiasm, compassion, gives us an uplift of energy. And it's going to release constriction from the chest, which is going to expand our breath capacity. And if you like, you can repeat the following mantra silently to yourself. In touch with spaciousness that exists in my heart, I open up to love and compassion. In touch with the spaciousness that lives in my heart, I open up to love and compassion. So release the hands down. Continue that nice deep breathing, perhaps setting an intention for your practice today. Bridget Nicole said, either they like you or they don't. Never try to convince somebody of your worth. If a person doesn't appreciate you, they don't deserve you. Respect yourself and be with people who truly value you. Isn't it interesting? I wonder if you already know that you are more than good enough and deserving of respect. Love and appreciation are your birthright. Once you realize this, you're able to treat yourself the way you want others to treat you, setting a blueprint for how you will allow others to interact with you. You know, treating yourself well is healing for everyone. It allows you to be happy and lifts others up as well. There's so little time on this earth, so why spend it accepting things or treatment you do not want? Focus on what you do want, how you want to be treated, the values you want to live your life by. And the people who support and adore you will easily and automatically show up. So I'd like to invite you now to take a breath in, and on your exhale, just let come to mind your highest value, whatever it is. Let that feeling of having this value flow through you, whether it be peace or love, whatever it is for you. Just really feeling it in every nerve, cell, tissue, fiber. Enjoying that feeling. If it serves you in any way to anchor into this feeling, you can do so with a breath and by naming it with a word or a phrase, an image, a sound, anything at all, so you can bring it back to your consciousness anytime you like. Good. And releasing that and slowly coming back, allowing the eyes to open. And so we've already begun doing our 3-part breath, so a few more rounds of that. Really letting the ribs flare out like the gills of a fish. Yogi, we're going to move into Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril. So you can be just using any fingers. If you want to do it the yogic way, you can kind of make the peace or victory sign and then put those 2 fingers down and leave your other 3 up. I'm using my right hand. You can be blocking off the right nostril, inhaling up through the left, block left, exhale right, inhale right, block the right, exhale left, inhale left, block that, exhale right, now inhale right, seal that nostril, exhale left, again inhale left, seal, exhale right, inhale right, seal, exhale left, inhale left, seal, exhale right, inhale right, seal, exhale left. We'll do one more. Inhale left, seal, exhale right. Again, inhale right, seal, exhale left. Release the hand position, pause, and just notice any shifts. Lovely. So we'll move into that Kapalabhati or skull shining again. If you have any of the contraindications I spoke about earlier, you can just continue 3-part or Nadi Shodhana. And there is a private tutorial on the YouTube for just the breath work. So this is that passive inhale, forceful exhale, drawing the solar plexus in here. Shoulders remain down. So we'll do about 20 of them, nice and slow though. And a resting breath here. So this is really cleaning out those nasal passages. If you'd like to continue with the second round, begin now. And then resting breath, pausing here, just noticing any shifts. And then coming back to the room, beginning to do some thymus tapping. So the thymus is right around the heart there, it's center for immune function. Tapping it can be stimulating. So just a couple rounds. And then release that. If it feels good to you, you can spiral around just to begin to warm up the spine here. And then feel free to reverse that direction. Maybe even press one side and then the other, opening shoulders and chest. And sitting upright, we'll just begin to stretch the neck nice and gentle. And so leaning it to one side, taking a couple breaths, feeling the stretch. If it's okay for you, let the chin drop towards the chest. You can remain still or rock a little bit, stretching out the back. And take the left ear over towards the left shoulder, stretching out opposite. And then coming back up, we'll take left hand to the side. A nice lateral bend, so really opening up the intercostal muscles here, letting the breath flow. And then we'll switch. Keep that left arm up, bring it over to your right knee. Right hand will come behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. We'll repeat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more. And twist. And then switch sides. Right hand to left knee. Left hand behind. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale and twist. Two more. Last one. And then come back to the center. We'll do a few seated cat-cows. So exhale, round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale, do one more. Now, if it feels okay in your body, you can bring your hands behind you, fingertips face forward, lift your hips, arch the spine, getting that beginning back bend in here. Opening up the hips, the ribs, the body, and then slowly lowering down. So we'll come to our table, or all fours here. Here, just feel free to circle your hips around, so just getting the body a little bit warmed up. And then you can take your right hand to the front and center. Inhale that left arm up. On the exhale, thread the needle through, and then use any variations here. Maybe you extend the right arm out if you like to tuck or bind, so you're opening up the chest and the ribs here again. So any of the variations. And then gently lower. It's a counter stretch. Lift the left arm up one more time. And then we'll switch to opposite side. So left hand will come front and center. Inhale, right arm up this time, thread it through. Again, you can stay, you can stretch left arm out, you can bind it, you can press back. And and lowering down. Coming out slowly, left hand comes back to center, counter stretching. Nice. And then walk the hands forward, keeping your buttocks over your knees into that puppy or heart melting pose, opening up the chest again. You can let yourself slide down. Toenails press into the mat. Bring your hands off to the sides. And just arch through some rolling cobras, stretching it out. And we'll do 2 more. And bring the hands next to the ribs. Tuck the toes and press up and back into your first downward facing dog here. And feel free to walk out your dog stretching. And so this position is going to release pressure from the sinuses. It's an inversion, so it can clear them out a little bit too, draining them. So just pausing here and breathing. We're gonna walk our feet in, soften the knees, and slowly come up. Mindful of my tree here. And then we're just gonna take one fist to a lymph node and one to our kidney. So again, it's another little detox. Maybe even sigh it out a little bit. Beautiful. Shake that out. So you're gonna step your right foot forward, coming into a warrior 1. So your hips are square to the front of the room, left foot slightly turned back, arches are lifting. You can choose a hand position that works best for you. I'll put mine up here. And so holding for a little bit, breathing, building stamina. And so you can always dance it back and forth a little bit if you prefer some movement. And if it works for you, interlace the hands behind. Inhale, arch the spine, and then exhale into a humble warrior here. Stretching it all out. And then find your way back up. And ground into that right foot. Step into tree pose for Kasana. So you can have a kickstand tree, a low tree, a high tree, or cross your tree, whatever you feel works best for you today. And hands again can be uplifted. I'm a weeping willow apparently today. And then release. So with the arms overhead, you can interlace and come to that Kali with the index fingers pointed. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, lean to your right. Again, stretching ribs, stretching chest. I can look down or up. Inhale, back up. Exhale, switch sides. Nice. Release the arms and step your opposite foot forward into that warrior 1. Finding your comfort. In arms where you like them, breathing. Increasing stamina, increasing circulation. Again, if you like, you can dance that warrior, moving it. Dynamic movements. Moving the breath and the body in unison. And bring the arms around, interlace, stretch the chest open. On an exhale, fold into that humble warrior. Bring it back up. to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Ground down into your left foot, find your dristy or focal point before stepping into your tree. Virabhadrasana of your choice. So either kickstand, ankle not next to the knee, it can be up on the thigh or crossed. I have very limited balance today apparently. There we go. And then step it down, shake it out. So next we will, we'll do a basic, just a general, easy kind of sun salutation. So you could do any kind of sun salutation you like. We'll just kind of bring ourselves to Tadasana, or standing mountain. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold down. And then inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Pausing here. 3 breaths. And if it's in your practice, come forward to plank. You can always drop the knees. You can just come to table. If you're flowing, you can do a chaturanga, up dog or cobra. And then slide back to child's pose. Really lingering in child, you can shift the hips side to side. Arms can be back or out, wherever you want. So child's pose really grounds us down. It puts us into that rest and digest. Always rock the forehead side to side too. That's going to massage that third eye. Sometimes that helps to drain stuff out of my personal experience here. In my head if I have any cloggage there. And when it's right for you, we're going to sit off to the side here. Bring the legs around. And so you'll want to have maybe some blocks around if you have blocks at home. We'll be coming into a couple of the back bends and inversions here. So minding your own body, of course. So you can use your core strength to come down. Checking out what's behind me. So go ahead and stretch your arms up overhead. So another nice way to do those lateral bends is the yin version on the ground, which is what we call it banana asana on the ground. So you would take your legs all the way over to the right, your shoulders and your hips remain flat, and you could cross that left ankle over. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, and that's going to open up the rib cage. You can always take it deeper as well. So just 3 breaths here. After your third, you're going to release the arms, uncross the legs, bring everything back to the center, and then walk ankles and arms over to the left side. Right ankle can cross, left hand can grab right wrist, or elbow, same thing, 3 breaths. After your third, release and come back to the center. So now minding your own body and your own practice, you can come into a plow pose if that is part of your practice by using your core, bringing the legs behind you into that gentle kind of inversion here, making sure your chin is tucked, your belly's in. So you can hold plow, or you can come up to a shoulder stand. Caution if you have any neck issues, chin has to remain tucked. Your hands walk really close to your shoulder blades here. It stretches out the back of the neck, releases pressure. So you can slowly come down when it's right for you. As we come down, we'll hug those knees into the chest and rock out the lower spine. So again, we want to be doing those heart openers and chest openers. So if you have a full wheel in your practice, you can come up into that and hold. If wheel is not in your practice, you can come into bridge pose. And if even that looks a little intense, you can take a block, one of the three sides, and make it a supported bridge. So it doesn't have to be this high, but feels good to me right now. So about 5 more breaths in any version of back bend you're in. After your next breath, releasing gently out of any back bends. If you are in supported, take the block out very, very slowly. Articulate the spine down, one vertebra at a time. Walk the knees together, feet out. Lower back is down to the mat and stretch it out. I like to move my head a little bit here. And you can, if you wish, hug the knees back in or open up into a happy baby just to release the back. Whatever is best for you here. And so another really, really good pose for allergies is fish pose. So a lot of folks do fish pose simply by bringing the crown of their head to the mat and arching their spine. That does not feel good at all for my neck, so I do like to do fish pose with blocks like so. So the block goes right against the vertebra, and this one goes under my occiput. So it's a beautiful chest throat opener. Do 3 more breaths here. Of course, you could hold longer if you're doing the supported version I am. And if you're in supported, gently release out. And if you want to rock the spine out one more time, that's fine. We're going to be bringing our arms up to a T, so with the knees back, scoot your hips over to the right, and then take the knees, stack them off to the left. You can gaze to your right. If it feels okay, your right shoulder is going to stay down. Your left hand can press down here. Again, opening up the ribs, intercostals. 3 breaths. After your 3rd one, knees come back up, square off your hips in the center, and then scoot them to the left. Knees stack or come close to stacking to the right. Left shoulder stays down, right hand can help the left knee. 3 breaths here. After your 3rd, release. Any last minute movements, stretches, doesn't even have to look like yoga your body's calling for, feel free. Maybe you lengthen the body all the way out. Gather any props for that final resting pose, whatever you like to have for your Shavasana. settling in. Sensing into the space around you. Noticing the temperature of the air and the skin. Warm or cooling. Recalling any intentions or goals from the beginning of class. Breathing into them now. And then simply letting go. There's nothing left for you to do. Nowhere to go. Just be. Allowing the breath to deepen. Whole body lying on the ground. Back of the head, shoulders, muscles of the neck melting into the ground. A cushion for each and every vertebra. Hips, buttocks sinking into the ground. Back of the legs, heels of the feet, heavy and grounded. Entire back of the body, heavy and sinking, like a stone in sand. Top of the body, light and buoyant, as if floating on a cloud. A global sensation of both the heaviness and the lightness of the body simultaneously. Body heavy and light, heavy and light, heavy and light. And sensation to the mouth, upper lip, lower lip. The space between the lips, the inside of the upper teeth, lower teeth, tongue, jaw, relaxed, the inside of the cheekbones, hollow tubules radiating and clearing out those passages from the cheeks to the outer peaks and valleys of the ears, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, and the difference of temperature between the inhale and the exhale. Both nostrils, hollow, clear and empty. And sensation to the eyes, orbs of sensation, shimmering energy. Upper lids, lower lids, the space between the lashes. Brow, forehead relaxed, eyes sinking deep within the head, into that universe where everything is clear. And tracing an invisible line back from the brow, through the scalp to the nape, the back of the neck. Shoulders, upper arms heavy and sinking, elbows, wrist, light and buoyant, and the hollowness of the palms of the hands, and all of the tiny bones that make up the fingers. Right rib cage, left rib cage. The hollow notch at the base of the throat. breath flowing easily in from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes, and from the soles of the feet to the top of the head. Flowing easily and automatically, clearing you out. The whole body lying on the ground. Shoulders relaxed, hips are open, legs grounded, thighs, hamstrings, knees, the hollow space behind the knees, shins, calves, the looseness of the ankles, gratitude to the soles of the feet, positive energy radiating from all 10 fingers and all 10 toes, whole body resting on the ground. Slowly inviting the breath to return to normal, perhaps beginning to wiggle fingers, toes. You might even circle the wrists and ankles. Maybe you move the head gently side to side or lick your lips. Just beginning to invite movement and energy back into the body. When you're ready, on an inhale, you can lengthen arms and legs out in opposition, like a big good morning stretch. On an exhale, hug the knees into the chest and rock out the lower spine once more. And then make your way to a fetal position, whichever side you prefer. You might even rest your cheek on one of your upper arms, just pausing here, thanking the body for all it does, breathing into any intentions from the beginning. And then just pausing to say something kind and loving to yourself today. Taking your time as it becomes right for you, you're going to draw your navel muscles in to protect that lower back. Whichever elbow is closest to the mat, you'll press that one and the opposite hand in, and then your upper body strength will circle your arms around and bring you back up to a seated position. If you like, you can bring your thumbs to your forehead for honest thought, lips for honest speech, and heart for honest intention. And namaste. The light in my heart shines in the light in yours. So thank you all so much for being here for Thankful Thursday. I know we missed a couple. School has started back up, so it's crazy sometimes. I always like to hear if you guys have any topics you'd like to see me cover. It's always great when there's some feedback there. And again, all the recordings are available on YouTube for free. So if you missed one or you want to, kind of search through, you don't have to scroll through Facebook, or if you want to share one too. Other things to announce. Let's see. Tonight, huge Zoom workshop with Karen Hand out of Chicago and myself on pandemic problem solving. We're actually doing 5 Thursdays in a row, so it's tonight through April 1st, but you can come to one or all of them. Tonight we're talking about stress relief during the pandemic, and we're using hypnosis, NLP, modalities, multimodality approaches. This Saturday, we have here an in-person, limited seating of course, sound bowl, healing meditation. Last weekend was our Reiki 1 and 2 training. We had some lovely graduates. So that's about quarterly. Every Wednesday we have a therapeutic yin class. And the last Monday of every month we have a limited seating group hypnosis meetup here. So social media links come when I post this afterwards. If you're watching it live, obviously they're not there, but they will soon be up. And thank you all so much. Again, reach out if you have any topics, and I hope you found something to be thankful for today on Thankful Thursday. Namaste.